dash, 100 yard, dash, 100 yard, dash, 100 yard, dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This shit, we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time, be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork, fantastic.
Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Houston Texans. That's fielded in the end zone.
We got this. Set, 19, 44. Hey, 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 hey.
On first down, it's Watson. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Texans.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, here's Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
A gain of 19 yards. First down.
And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
A first down carry now for Miller. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. Now, this is just the 5th all-time meeting between the Texans and Saints here taking place in Week 1. And they have split the previous 4 meetings. Of course, the Texans entering the league in 2002. But you would think that these two teams would have met more because the cities are only separated by 350 miles, I-10 connecting them. In fact, for New Orleans, Houston is the closest NFL city of any in the league. So it's kind of interesting that this is only the 5th time that they have met. The last time they got together, November of 2015, the Texans winning that one 24-6.
Let's go, team. Big series right here. We got to step it up. 331.
Watson on third down. It's caught. Jones. 4 yards on the pickup. Good enough to extend the drive.
So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though. And it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that third down, keeping the play, not the play, the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were covered. He threw a little dump off to his back, and nice effort picking up the first down, though. And you're right. That opening drive, keep those chains moving.
On second down, here's Miller. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Miller. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. One man in the backfield, that's Miller, 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On the ground, Kamara trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time that...
A breakaway from Michael Thomas. 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 62 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Breeze now to throw, and it's caught. He's got it. So they go for 2, they convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been. And simply taking a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
was a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Flushed out right, and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Watson's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
46, 19, watch the screen, alert,
from the 50, it's Watson. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Watson with a give to Miller. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Here we go on 4th. Watson escaping the pressure right. And that is going to be incomplete. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the Saints will have the football back. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
21. General West.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A tight one. 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they're facing a very tough 3rd and 11. Now Breeze on 3rd down. And he finds Clark. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers, and the last 2 years in Oakland. Now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
Check.
On 1st and 10, here's Brees. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hill. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Under 21.
They'll go option to the short side. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. From the gun, it's Breeze. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead grows to 4. It's 11-7. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
The Texans take over.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth-quarter do-or-die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well.
A gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Watson. And complete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. There he goes, right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Will Lutz on for the point after. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
It's just me and you. It's just
Looking to throw on second down. Watson, he'll buy some time right, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Out of the gun, Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
They're going for it. It's Watson, eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him up?
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. Able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Check here, 21. Check 3. Hey, Charlie.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will get the lead up to 14. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 75 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. They'll run on first down. Miller. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. From the 16, Watson. This will be caught at about the 6. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Watson down to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Mike, 44. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. 44 is the Mike, 44 is Mike. Check. Switch up.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Flushed out right. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller as the first half is winding down as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Fairbairn up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's go.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. So we are at halftime of the first of 2 here on this opening Monday night of 2019. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Breeze now on first down. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. 23 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. 5-1. He's coming. Double up, double up. Hey, exit. Double up. Easy.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Ready. You ready? 65, 65, 65.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. And they have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
Saints, first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Kill. Switch. Easy. Opposite.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. After the interception, here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And this one's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd and 12, Breeze. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cook. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box. Right, get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Texans will take over at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Hopkins. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's make these babies cry.
Again, it's Miller. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Back now here live in New Orleans. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy.
Switch it, switch it, switch it, come on, switch it.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9. Watson. Safarian Jenkins has it. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Yeah, great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Switch. 54. 47 Mike, 27.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Now Miller, he's had a big workload here tonight, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. There they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. From the gun, here's Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. They'll try and run for it with Miller. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started and hoping to do better than they did that last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Tighten up.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the 1st. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's 2nd down.
All day, every day.
Now Brees. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Murray. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
95-56.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. And a sideline pass. That's caught by Thomas. 23 yards the pickup there. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
You can't block me.
Hey, Alpha. Sammy.
Let's get off the field.
To throw is Breeze. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Watson. And he rifles one incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian Jenkins. And that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Watson. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The busy night continues for Kamara. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I hope you brought your luck because I'm about to take you to school.
On the ground, this is Kamara.
Go, run.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he's in! Are you kidding me?
How do you give that up?
One of the most improbable ways to finish a game, and they do win it on the final play.
And that score, in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears, they get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for New Orleans, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Houston, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.